Welcome to UncoverTime. Today, we take you into the streets of ancient Athens, not to talk politics or philosophy, but to see how the people actually looked, dressed, and lived, from head to toe. In the golden age of Athens, around the 5th century BC, the average citizen was of medium height, energetic, and bearded. They weren't all sculpted like gods, but they admired beauty deeply. The statues might show perfection, but real Athenians had their own quirks and their own beauty tricks. Dark hair was common. Blondes were rare and highly admired. So much so that many Athenians dyed their hair to look golden. Women styled their hair in braids, knots, and cascading waves. Men, after the victory at Marathon in 490 BC, began to cut their hair short, marking a shift in masculine fashion. Beards were the rule. Moustaches without beards? Never. Barbers shaped beards to a fine point, and their shops. Gossip centers of the city. One barber asked a king how he'd like his hair cut. The king replied in silence. Athenians, especially women, loved makeup and perfume. Eyes were lined with kohl. Cheeks and lips were painted with red root. Even eyebrows were shaped and shaded. Perfumes were crafted from flowers with different scents for each body part. Want to impress? Use mint on your arms, thyme on your knees, and marjoram for your hair. Athenians loved cleanliness, but water was limited. So many bathed in oil instead of water, scraping it off with curved tools called strigils. Homes of the wealthy had indoor baths, even primitive showers, with water spouting from animal head nozzles. But most people made do with an oil rub and some sunshine. Greek fashion was simple, elegant, and surprisingly timeless. 2 square pieces of cloth, draped, folded, and belted, made a full outfit. Men wore tunics called chitons. Women wore peplus, long robes fastened with pins. In cold weather, cloaks called himatians added warmth and flair. White was common, but the bold added color, purple, red, embroidered edges. Women added ribboned headdresses and waist-cinching belts. Jewelry was everywhere. Even modest men wore rings. Women wore bracelets, necklaces, earrings, ankle bands, and sometimes jeweled diadems on their heads. In Thebes, women famously wore low purple shoes that showed off their feet. In Athens, some laws tried to limit luxury, but fashion always found a way. From their sandals to their scented shoulders, the Athenians made daily life an art form. In a city of thinkers and fighters, beauty was not a luxury, it was part of being Greek. Like, share, and subscribe to uncover more stories from the past. Stories not just of kings and wars, but of the people who lived, laughed, and got their hair done 2,500 years ago.